Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
Right, we're here from Kansas here tonight as the driver gets set to rock and roll here. Looking great so far. We got Chase Masco out there qualifying right now. We got other drivers also here to qualify, trying to get our thing up and running here correctly, as I noticed that we're missing some things here. A little loud there. There we go. All right, here we go. Open this up, and then we got, all right, here we go. We got, there is your time right now. Sage Greco out front with the 30.134. Wetland with a 30.419. We'll have to see here who our spotlight might be tonight. Looking like we got about 13 drivers here to take the grid tonight. We come down there. You're looking there at Graham Connolly. They're heading out through off the corners there. Sorry, folks, here for a quick moment as I gotta clear this out for just a quick moment. There we go. Now we'll be all right. I need just to get a couple things situated here at the beginning of this as you're watching qualifying wrap up. There's Matt Mars. And, of course, it goes to not found. All right, here we go. Now let's see if we can get it back. Since it wanted to disappear on me.
Pancake!
Hey, good evening there, Chase. How's it going?
All right, how about you?
It's going well. I'm just struggling here trying to get things to come up properly. But you're here for our driver spotlight, correct?
Yes, sir. So you're live, all good to go?
Oh, yeah, we're good to go whenever you are.
All right, we'll be interviewing old John Tobias today.
Alrighty, we're interviewing John Dubai. Okay. Oh, crap, that's the wrong thing. No, I want this and this.
How you doing, John?
I'm doing good.
I have their driver spotlight here. Let's see. How long have you been racing at FMA?
For just a few months now.
Sounds good. What's your plan for today's race?
Try to keep it all in one piece and get a good finish.
That's a good plan. What do you do outside of iRacing for fun?
Work on my cars when they need it as a mechanic. Hang out with the wife and the dog. That's about it so far.
How much practice do you put in before races? Do you do any at all?
Yeah, I do try. With my work schedule, it's kind of hard, but yeah, I do as much as I can.
Do you have any people you consider to be a rival at FMA?
I have to say no, because I enjoy racing with everybody, so I have no rivals.
What's your favorite track? Can be any track. Doesn't have to be an oval track.
Michigan's my favorite track.
You got any dream cars that you want to own someday?
Believe it or not, yes, a 57 Chevy.
That's a good one. You got any more? Or is that just the one?
And a T-top Corvette, 67 Corvette.
That sounds good. All right, that's all the interview. So good luck tonight, and hopefully you finish well.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
No problem. All right, see you later, Adam. Good luck.
Alrighty, well, good luck to you, Chase.
Thank you. It'll be interesting. We're lots of grip tonight, so it'll be interesting.
We're what?
Lots of grip on the track tonight, so it should be interesting.
Well, that means good. Then. Well, it'll be interesting to see how tire wear plays into a factor then. So good luck.
That's going to be the biggest thing. So all right, see you in a little bit.
Alrighty, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, so there we are with Chase Matsko getting everything situated and rocking and rolling. Hopefully everything was working there. I don't know. So that was our driver's shout-out, or driver spotlight of John Dubai. As warm-ups come through, well, we're 2 more minutes left of warm-ups, then we'll get into the actual race here tonight. And we see Wetland out there. There is Lyle Sweargin. Hey, watch him come down there out of corner number 3 and 4. Back around here onto the front. Sorry, that's 1 and 2 coming back onto the back stretch. Dan Brasingen in the old Lowe's machine there, running number 29. For Dan Brasingen, currently 3rd fastest out there in warm-ups. I see him come down there across the stripe. Dubai laying down a 30.430 here in warm-up. Great job here so far. It's been a great night of racing here this first night of October. And watch that Lowe's machine up there at the top side. Coming off of 4, down through the tri-oval. Hey, driver there, you see him coming there through 1 and 2 on board there with Dan Brazington. And work up off the corner. Great job there, as we said. These drivers really trying to put in the work here to make sure that they got them cars feeling got the feeling of the car, as this is a fixed series setup. So everybody runs the same setup with minor tweaks to like brake bias and the steering ratio. Those couple items you might be able to adjust. But for the most part, it is a fixed setup, which means everybody runs the same thing. As here we see them working there, so they got to get comfortable with the way the car feels. They got to almost come to the car rather than the car come to them. Now, some drivers, they get lucky and the car comes to them, but others, it's more or less they go to the car. And if anybody out there makes sense of that, great. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Your starting grid for tonight. Lyle, they're out front with Sage Greco, their second. Dan Brasington, their third. Chase Matsko hit for it with PJ Wetland there in fifth. Josh Clemens in sixth. Ryan Peters there in seventh. Matt Mars in eighth. Graham Connolly in ninth with Bobby Watts in 10th. John Dubai in 11th. Michael Taylor rolls off tonight in 12th, and that date is wrong on there. That is not what's supposed to be there. It's supposed to be 10-1. There we go. So starting at 13th tonight, it will be Steven Pizzuto. Hopefully I said that right. We see them getting ready here for the Mellow Yellow Cup Series here tonight. See if we can work on something here. See if we can make it work or work the way I'm hoping. We'll see. You see them side by side there, working off the corner. Get ready for the green flag, and they will be down and away. I see him work there. You see the 5 of Ryan Peters, the 3 of PJ Wentland down there through the corner. As they work off here, you'll see them rolling down through the front straightaway. And into corner number 1 here tonight. They go 75 laps around Kansas. Out of the corner they go, down through turn number 3 and 4. There you see Chase Matsko currently sitting there third. Sage Greco there in second. Lyle Swearington They're out there in front in that number 22 machine. That Chevrolet leading the way. Sage Greco there in second. Chase bringing out the Chevrolet tonight for that Dr. Pepper number 26. Graham Connolly there in the number 71, rolling down the back stretch. Dan Brasington there in the number 29, up there against the outside wall. PJ Willen there on the inside. I'm sorry, no, he's there up on the top side as well in that number 3. As they head down through the stripe, down in the corner, number 1 and 2 they go. Everybody side by side. There you see that number 21 of John DeVay in the mix there as they work through turn number 2 onto the backstretch once again. Everybody works down here. Single foul. Now double there as John DeVay goes underneath of Brassington. Matt Mars sitting back here at 9th as he rolls around here out of turn 4. Down through the front stretch. There you're looking at the 44 of Josh Clemens as he rolls down across the stripe. In the corner, number 1 they go. Lap number 5 of the 75 here to be completed. As that is what we currently have on the board. 4 down and a bunch more to go. Jake Matsko here third. Sage Greco in second. Graham Connolly doing a great job tonight. He's back here in 4th in that Ford. We got PJ Wentland back here in 5th spot in that Chevrolet. Brian Peters in the Ford. We got a nice split here tonight with the cars. It looks like we got almost an even mix of Ford versus Chevy. Looks like we got about 5 Fords and maybe about 7 Chevrolets, if I'm looking at it right. I'm sorry, 8 Chevrolets to 5 Fords. Graham Connolly there in 4th. Chase Matsko up here in 3rd. Sage Greco in 2nd. Lyle Swearingen there out front. Driving that number 22 machine here tonight as they roll down here out of 2 down that back straightaway. Everybody single file. Ryan Peters back here in that car number 5. John DeVay there in car number 21. Matt Mars in car number 34. The Red Bank Rocket coming down there in the corner, number 3 and 4. They come back across the stripe. I work here out of the corner. There you go. Great job here so far. And sorry, I am going to fix that ticker problem. Nope, that wasn't it. As they roll down through the front stretch. Everybody doing a great job. Lyle Swearingen still out front as you're on board there with Matt Mars coming there off of turn 4. Well, I'm struggling to figure out where that color is as it changed on me on that ticker, so we're working to figure that out. All right, now let's down here through corner number 2, down through the backstretch. Matt Mars there, running in 7th. Work down here out of the corner. They go. Down through the front straight away in the corner number 3 and 4. I see Matt Mars there. Working through turn 3 and 4, back out onto the front stretch, trying to chase the car in front of him. And come there off of 4, down through the front straight away. There we watch him coming around. There's Josh Clements and Ryan Peters up there against the outside wall. Sorry, folks, that it took me a moment to find that color that I was looking for. Oh, no, don't forget that. Now they come down there out of the corner here for the Mellow Yellow Cup Series. Working down the back straightaway. Everything looking great. Chase Matsko 3rd. Sage Greco out here in 2nd with Lyle Swearingen out in front, leading the way. There you see that number 17 of Sage Greco. Sage Greco definitely has some competition tonight. If you remember, here, we've been talking about it. Different series. They've been having a great time here with certain drivers taking off And it looks like Sage Greco's here been in second, but Lyle has taken the win there. In last week, in week 2, he took the win there with the there last week, and then the week before, Lyle ended up third. Sage Greco has been consistent, finishing second. They bring it on down here, out the backstretch. Chase Matsko out there in third. Graham Connolly there fourth. PJ Wentland back here in fifth, running a little bit higher on the racetrack than what some of these drivers are, as we're a third of the way, almost a third of the way through the race here, as they work there across the start-finish line down through in the corner number 1 and 2. These drivers trying to get everything set down here through the backstretch. In the corner number 3 and 4, Lyle and Sage battling it there out at the front, as Sage is slowly trying to gain on him. He's got about a 0.3 second of a gap. Down, working down closer to a quarter second. So about a quarter second separates first and second. Then you're working about 3 to 4 second gap back to third. Which is back here at Chase. Not sure what the tire run is going to be tonight. As we heard, the track's got a lot of grip to it, which can spell issues for some tires. We watch him work out of that corner here. Sage Greco sitting there right behind Lyle, trying to bide his time here at lap number 30 as they work on down here out of the corner. Lap number 32 on the board. Ryan Peters back here in fifth. Now watch them all come down there in the corner number 1. Lyle Swearingen out there in front. Sage Greco now makes the pass down here on the inside, been falling around quite a bit there. Now finally gets that pass done. Ford or Chevy, which manufacturer is going to come out on top? Lyle out front right now. Sage Greco there in second. Chait Matsko, he's trying to get up here in the battle. Can't seem to get that Chevy to get up there to the front in the battle with Lyle. Graham Connolly closing in here. He's sitting in fourth. Rolling down in the corner number 1. They roll here onto the backstretch. Lyle there in second. Chase Matsko there in third. Graham Connolly fourth. Ryan Peters fifth. Josh Clemens back here in sixth. PJ Wentland in seventh. Matt Mars back here in eighth. They continue to roll on out here. It's him working on down there, and Matt Mars on pit road. We also have Wetland on pit road along with Taylor. And that's what you're seeing there with the pit stop down underneath the ticker up there at the top. And rolling out through off the corner. Matt Mars there. And now we're looking up here at the battle between Steve and the 29 Brassington. Brassington making short work of that. They see him rolling down through off of the corner, down in the corner number 3 as you're watching Brassington as he works there out of 4. And Chase Masco up here in third. Lyle Swearingen there in second. Sage Greco out there in front. Brassington back here in seventh. Steven back here in eighth. Lyle there in third. Chase Masco in second. And now driver dropping the pit road. We said Lyle and Swearingen are on pit road. Dubai heading in. Bobby Watts. Brassington's coming in. And we see Sage Greco rolling around here. He's going to bring it on in. Chase Matsko here in second. See if he stays out or if he brings it in. He's going to stay out another lap. Steven, what's he going to do? Is he's here in third. Coming there out of turn number 3 and 4. Up there on the top side against the outside wall. I'm going to take a bet and say he's not coming in this time. He has not pitted yet. Sage Greco on pit road. Chase Matsko still has yet to pit, coming in this time. That's going to bring Steven up there on the top side. Drivers making their way. As Lyle comes around, he'll get around. Steven's on pit road. Here comes Chase. Chase going to make a quick stop here as the 22, Lyle Swearingen, is coming there off of turn number 3 right now. And through 4. Pit stop there going for Matsko. He's down and away, but not before Lyle gets around him. Here comes Chase off of pit road. Steven Dill out here. Matt Mars up here in third. Rim Connolly settles back into 4th, right there behind. Well, no, scratch at it. He settles in behind Mars there as 2nd, as Chase comes off of pit road. We're going to be curious to know what exactly the tire wear was tonight, as I'm trying to sit here thinking of it. Yeah, the tire wear tonight. Great job by these drivers. Thank you to our sponsors here at Fleeker Farm TV, up there in the top right-hand corner. And thank you for the drivers that put on the show, as tonight. This show could not be brought to you by without 22... we need to get that up there. That's 22 a day. Sage Greco sponsoring it here tonight. Not sure why that didn't come up like it was supposed to. We got 30 laps to go here. We definitely want to give him a shout out here, thanking him for the sponsor. As 22 a day should be here. And up on screen, there we go. There we go, now we got it. Whoop, that's not going to work. So 22 a day. There we go, we got it up there. Sorry that we didn't get it up earlier. I thought it was up there, but apparently it wasn't. Dang, things get situated wrong all the time. But there it is. Thank you there, Sage Greco, for the sponsor tonight of 22 a day. And we're down through the front stretch. Lyle there out front. Matt Mars in 2nd. With Graham Connolly there 3rd. Coming here to lap 49 of the 75 complete. Graham Connolly there 3rd. Matt Mars in 2nd. Chase Matsko in 4th. Ryan Peters there 5th. PJ Willen back here in 6th. Sage Greco down there on the inside. Rattling back here behind a 5 of Ryan Peters. He's a lap down. The driver hanging on as tight as they can here as they head around Kansas. Down there on the front straightaway, down in the corner, numbers 1 and 2. As you're on board there with Matt Mars. Now up here with the 29 of Dan Braskin as he works there off the front stretch down towards corner number 1. Right there in front of him is the number 21 of John Dubai. Now we see Chase Matsko getting around Matt Mars, along with Graham Connolly. Great shot there. Great move there by Chase. And we're down here in the corner number 1 and 2. Graham Connolly all over the back bumper of Matt as he comes down across here. 25 laps to go here for the... I'm sorry, we have that marked wrong there too. Dang it. There we go. Now we got it right. Oh, nope. Still don't have it right. No W. There we go. Sorry, first night here with the new series. So bear with me as I got it all situated now. And on down out of here, down in the corner number 1 and 2. Here with the Mellow Yellow Gen 4 Cup Series. Brought to you by FMA. And us here at Farm TV. They roll down here, down the backstretch. There you see Matt Mars up there on the top side. He'll be putting that number 17 as Sage Greco a lap down, as Graham already has. Graham got around Matt, as we saw there on the screen. So Graham up there in the third as they head down here in the corner number 1 and 2. Chase Matsko in the second. Lyle, man, oh man, what a drive he's putting on here. He is way out front there, coming around there off of turn number 3. Coming across the start-finish line down there across the inside, 21 laps to go for Lyle Swearigan. Chase Matsko back here as we see it in second. Graham Connolly back here in third. Ryan Peters in fourth, but Matt Mars now in fifth. So Matt Mars has fallen back a little bit here. And head down through the back stretch into corner number 3 and 4. Then we want, again, shout out that 22 a day. Thank you, Sage Greco. Next week we'll run a lot smoother as we got everything set up. Set up and running here tonight as they run down through out of the corner. You see that 5 of Ryan Peters currently running in fourth. Not far in front of him is Graham Connolly. I don't know if Peters will be able to get up there to Connolly or not. That's going to be yet to be seen as they roll down here in the corner number 1. And off here too. There's Matt Mars, the Red Bank Rocket. Coming off the corner. Try to keep it off the wall, down through the back straightaway. Down on the bottom, there you see it. Now 44 of Josh Clemens chasing down Matt Mars as they roll down here. Look out, here he comes, making a move. Can't quite get there. Grabbing it down there against the white line. Going to hold it down there. It's a little longer than that. Now they work down through the backstretch. The 44 of Josh Clemens now looks to the inside of Matt Mars. Rolling down there in the corner number 3 and 4. The pass going to happen coming here off of 4. Down there on the inside. Josh Clemens now up to 5th. And Matt Mars drops another spot. Chase Matsko, he's worked himself up here in the second. As you see there, as Graham Connolly is in third. He's got the 93 as Steven Pizzuto there in 11th. Lap down behind Chase. There you see him. There's Matt Mars once again trying to get through the field. Rather than lose spots, he needs to try to figure out how to get that car to go forward, not fall back. He might have burnt them tires off of that thing pretty quickly. I not exactly sure, though, as his lap times have kind of fallen off a little bit, it seems. As the leaders are about a half a second faster than what he is. We got 15 laps to go now here at Kansas, so they roll on out here, down into corner number 1, rolling down the back straightaway. PJ well in there in a 7th. It's him rolling out here through the corner. Hey, Matt Mars out there in 6th. There you see Ryan Peters running 4th. Sage Greco trying just to hang on here. He is a lap down to both Lyle and Chase. And he's sitting there and ahead of the 93 is Steven, and ahead of Graham Connolly. Graham is currently sitting in 3rd. Ryan Peters, though, closing in on Graham with 13 laps to go. About a half a second separates Graham Connolly and Ryan Peters. Now jumped up there, coming through corner 3 and 4. So it looks like Peters can somewhat close the gap on the straightaways. It'll be interesting to see exactly how it pulls, as it looks like Graham is just a little bit quicker. Well, no, he's definitely quicker. Sorry, Peters was quicker through that corner there. So he closed the gap a little bit here with 12 laps to go. Good evening there. Hopefully you're enjoying the show here. Picker Farm TV. This is on the pole from Kansas as you're watching the FMA Mellow Yellow Gen 4 Cup Series. And him roll down through the back stretch here in the corner number 3 and 4. Up there on the top side as you're on board with him now. Ryan Peters rolling down there out of the corner. And across the stripe. It looks like they're having a great time out there. Lyle Swearigan out front. With nobody around him. He's got about a 13-second, almost 13 and a half second gap between him and Chase Matsko. Chase is back here in 2nd. And he's got Graham Connolly back here in 3rd. There's a 5-second gap between 2nd and 3rd. You can just imagine how tough it is to try to get strategy to play out enough to get you into a winning spot. Lyle is out front. Chase Matsko's there 2nd. Graham Connolly back here in 3rd, and they roll down the backstretch here into corner number 1. Up there on that high side is that Steven. Graham slowly catching up there to Steven. And that Twisted T Monte Carlo. 8 laps to go. Chase working down the back stretch. Lyle working out of turn 4. Down here out of the corner, down into corner number 1 and 2 goes Lyle. Chase Matsko there 2nd, Graham Connolly there 3rd. Josh Clemens there 4th, Ryan Peters in 5th. Matt Mars in 6th with PJ Wentland there in 7th. John DeBay in 8th with Bobby Watts there in 9th. Good evening here, Joey Doucette. How's it going? Hopefully all is good. We're here running with the Freedom Motorsport Alliance Mellow Yellow Gen 4. watch it there, Lyle. Come down through corner number 2 onto the backstretch. 6 laps to go for him as he's... Oh, okay. Something happened there. Not sure exactly what. But he was like 13 seconds ahead of Chase. Or maybe I was looking at the wrong thing here. He's 13 seconds ahead of Connolly. He's 7 seconds, almost 8 seconds ahead of Chase. It's 5 laps to go, coming here out of turn 2. Chase works down the backstretch. Graham Connolly now gets up there in to third as he battles there with Josh Clemens. Josh Clemens up there on the high side. Clemens trying to hang on there to third. Down through the backstretch. And into corner number 3 and 4. Hey, watch them battle here. The 71 coming across the start-finish line. Right now, Josh Clemens still hangs on to that third spot. In the corner number 1 and 2. It is 4 laps to go. Soon to be 3 laps to go. Here comes Lyle out of corner number 4. And down in the corner number 2 they go. Jake Matsko back here coming across the line. Graham Connolly still battling there with Josh Clemens. As Clemens up here on the high side. Now has to fall in behind Connolly as they work down through. Oh man, up into the outside wall goes Clemens. Working down through turn 1 and 2. 22 a day again, sponsored by Sage Greco here tonight. Thank you for Sage for sponsoring tonight's race. In honor of 22 a day. Lyle down there in corner number 2. Here comes Graham Connolly working out of 4. 2 laps to go. Graham Connolly coming across the start-finish line. Down into corner number 1. Kate Matsko there second. Graham Connolly there in third. Clemens is currently sitting there in 4th, trying to keep up there and battle alongside Ryan Peters right now. Lyle Swearigan, he's out there at the front. And Josh falling back here a little bit. Final lap. Final corner for Lyle Swearigan. He comes out of turn 4, up here on the front straightaway. Just behind Bobby Watts. Bobby's going to be able to continue on to finish the race on the lead lap. As Lyle was bearing down on him. And Watts coming there through the cool-down lap. Here comes Jake Matsko across the line. Graham Connolly coming out of... Oh, and for some reason... Ryan Peters ends up into the outside wall. Coming across the line. I'm not exactly sure why. Take a quick look at it here before we catch back up to our winner. And they come here out of 4. Hey, up there on the top side, you see Clemens down there on the bottom. And it looks like, oh man, he was just pushing so hard. Looks like he just got himself loose coming there out of the corner. Almost comes across the back of the 44. And it just shoots up out there into the outside wall. Still going to cross the line in 5th. Matt Mars ends up collecting him there as collateral damage. In that, Lyle Swearigan out there in front, giving the crowd a show out here in the infield. Well-deserved smoke show here tonight by Lyle Swearigan. He definitely got the win here tonight. About almost 8 seconds over top of Chase Matsko. I'll get our winners here in just a moment. As you're on board there with Lyle Swearigan. Yeah, work here off the corner and back on the pit road. All right, we'll get with Graham here. Good evening there, Graham. How's it going? Mr. Connolly, you there?
I am, buddy.
All right, how's it going tonight? You got third place here.
I'm over the moon. It's very, very rare I get a podium at FMA, so I'm very happy. I'm very tired.
I know it's rare you get it, but you had to work for it tonight.
Yeah, didn't make it easy. Then I had Josh on my tail for a while, and I was getting pretty tired with 5 left, and I just had to buckle down and hold them off, and I managed to do it.
You did. You did a great job. The car looked great out there, and I understand that your sponsor on that car is a soda company out of Australia, right?
New Zealand. It's
New
a
Zealand.
soda
Okay.
you'll only find it in New Zealand, but it's a bit of a New Zealand icon, and I grew up drinking it. It was a treat for me.
Okay.
It's kind of like a lemon drink, like Mellow Yellow.
Okay. It's like a lemon lime type soda.
Yeah, but only in New Zealand.
Okay. Interesting. Well, the car looks great. You look great out there. I know you had to hold off quite the competition to get third tonight. I mean, you have any thoughts on how the race you thought went for yourself?
I never know how I'm going to go on the day, but cookie cutters are my thing, and the car just felt good, and I ran the white line as much as I could to save a bit of tire, and it looked like it was working. And I was worried about pitting. I'm not great at pitting, but I managed to pit without stuffing it up, and then Chase pulled away from me, but I just hung in there for third and just kept doing my thing and just tried to keep my concentration going. I'm old, mate, so this is a long race for me without a yellow.
Well, I mean, it was definitely a great race, though. I mean,
it was fabulous racing all around. All the guys, as usual, clean, lots of etiquette, lots of hard racing. Really good fun. This is why we do this.
well, you did a great job. You got sponsor shout-outs. Anybody you want to thank for getting on podium since you don't normally get here too much?
No, it's only been 3 or 4, I think, in about 60, 70 races. So just thanks to Matt and Chase for helping me run the league, and to all our drivers who show up every week and make this a great league to be in and race professionally and with etiquette, and also have a bit of fun. And to you as well.
All right. Well, congrats, and can't wait to see how you do starting next week as we or will I see you Friday night? Well, no, I won't. I won't see you Friday night because I won't be there.
It's an off week, but I'll be doing 87s at FMA tomorrow, and yeah, I'll always be here. Thanks, Adam.
All righty. Well, thank you, Graham, and have yourself a great night.
Bye-bye.
All right, have a Graham Connolly. Now we'll get with Chase, if I can find him, track him down here. Good evening there, Chase. How's it going?
All right, how about you?
Oh, man, what a race you had tonight.
That was a good one. I mean, Lyle's a little quick, but I think if I pitted a little earlier, I would have had something a little bit better for him, but I wanted to get that bonus point for leading the lap, so.
Well, I mean, that does come down to it, because who knows? I mean, if you would have pitted right and not, pitted earlier and not led that lap, who's to say you would have caught up there to him anyway?
Exactly. So actually take all the points you can get, especially since I tied for second last season.
Well, I mean, great job, and well, you did a great job out there with that Dr. Pepper sponsored 26 machine. And really, I don't think anybody has anything for Lyle. I mean, how do you think your race went?
I think that's about as well as I could do it, honestly. I mean, I got lucky that Sage got a speeding penalty. I had third otherwise, but I don't think there's any way I could have done any better than I did today. So I'll take second.
All right. Well, great job here at Kansas. You got sponsor shout-outs. Anybody you want to thank?
Dr. Pepper, we won the soda award today, so that's good, just Regal Wraps, FMA, and, yep, that's about it.
All righty. Well, congrats again there, Chase, for getting second place here tonight.
All right. Thank you, man.
That was Chase Matsko. Now we'll get with Lyle. Good evening there, Lyle. How's it going?
Doing good. How about yourself?
It's going well. First time I got to interview you, as I think you're new here, aren't you?
Yep, I just started racing here this season. So far, having fun.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad to have you here at FMA. You're definitely going to give the guys something to work for, it looks like.
We'll see. Sage had me beat on that first run. He kept his tires in better shape than mine. I burned out my right front towards the end of that run there, and he started pulling me there.
Well, I mean, the pit strategy seemed to play off, but unfortunately for Sage, he ended up getting a speeding penalty on pit road, which kind of cost him.
Yeah, I got lucky there. After I pitted, just, trying to run the track a different way, trying to keep that right front in better shape. So I'll know better for next time. But yeah, it's a shame that he got the pit speed penalty. So it would have been a pretty good battle there on that second run.
Well, I mean, other than that, how do you think your race went here tonight?
That second run felt better. I think that's what I should have done on the first run. That probably would have been in better shape. That first run, I tend to, at least with these D-shaped ovals, I tend to overdrive turn 3 a lot. I had 1 and 2 down pretty good. I wasn't loose. Like, the car was rotating, but it wasn't like really bad or anything for me. But I just tend to always overdrive turn 3 any style of tracks and ended up killing the right front, and that's what happened there.
You got sponsor shout-outs. Anybody you want to thank for getting the victory tonight?
Just FBR Motorsports, the team I run with. That's really it. Glad to be here at FMA, and hopefully more seasons to come.
All righty. Well, I know you're probably leading points right now in the season, as you won last week, you won this week, and you had a second the week before, or a third the week before, or something like that. A third. It was a third the week before, so. Doing really well here, starting out with FMA here.
Yep, could ask for a better start. I'll take top 5s all day long, no problem there. Wins are obviously nice, but not necessary. As long as we have fun here, it's all good.
Alrighty. Well, we'll see you later there, Lyle. You have yourself a great night. Enjoy that victory.
Thanks. Hope you guys have fun.
All right, that was Lyle Sweargin, our winner here tonight. I want to thank you again for tuning in here to Flicker Farm TV on the pole as we get ready to sign off here from Kansas. Great job. Oh, before we forget, let's go through our results here, as I don't think we did this yet. We have our Lyle Sweargin there getting the win. Chase Matsko there in second. You got Josh Clemens there in fourth. Ryan Peters there in fifth. Matt Mars there in sixth. PJ Wentland there in seventh. John Dubai there in ninth, with Dan Brassington there in 10th. Sage Greco in 11th. Stephen Pazzuto there in 12th. And Michael Taylor in 13th. So that'll wrap it up for us tonight. Thank you all for watching. You all have a great night.